Alright guys, got a little update on the Hercules diesel. Last week, one day, I was taking out the injectors and the number 2, which I think is actually the number 3, I'm not sure. I got it out, but the lower part, the cup, stayed in the hole. What had happened is I was just working all of them, just back and forth, you know, to get them unstuck. And I could eventually make a full turn and then they just start coming out. Well, when I did this one, I kept turning the same direction. It was turning real easy. That's because it came unscrewed from this bottom half. And it stayed in the hole. So, I soaked it real good and was able to get it to finally start turning. But the problem is you can't, I'm turning on this cap with this big old socket, and it will unscrew. It'll unscrew off of the injector. So if it's too tight when you try to run it counterclockwise, it'll just unscrew the cap. If it's too tight when you go clockwise, you risk snapping something and breaking and stripping, and that would be real bad. So you got to just be real careful and kind of keep working it back and forth, and I'd even back off until it actually cracked that nut loose, and then I have to tighten it down and go a little more, just kept going a little more each direction until finally it come loose. I think these are supposed to have a seal right there. See how that's got that lip? And they had silicone the crap out of that one, which didn't help. The rest of them, you can still see parts of the old seal that was in it. So anyways, I managed to get all the injectors out. I got stuff soaking in the cylinders. I went ahead and pulled the exhaust off, and I already scraped a whole bunch of junk out of all 4 of them. They're pretty crusty. I don't know. It's going to be a miracle if I can get this one unstuck. So probably what I'm going to do next is get this engine up on a stand. There's the model number. I don't know if you can read it, but I'm going to probably go ahead and get this up on a stand and pull the head, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do some serious honing on it. And like I said, if I can't get this thing to turn, then it'll just be scrap iron. I'll part it out, sell the injection pump to somebody online. They may need it, oil housing, maybe timing cover, and just different things like that. That pulley's trash. You got something hit. I mean, this thing was thrown around in a field like it was junk. And it could be. But we're going to do what we got to do to get it going again. Hopefully get it running. And, and I also took the intake off. There's a little bit of stuff in it, but not bad. Nothing like the exhaust, which was where all the water actually came into it at. Anyways, so to recap, all the injectors are out now, thankfully. The valves, some of the valves are still stuck. I've got the cylinders soaking. I'm going to get it up on a stand one day this next week, hopefully, or actually the week after. I'm going to be out of town this week. And get it on a stand, pull the head off, just see how bad the cylinders are. That one that was actually stuck was the worst one. The whole tip of the injector is rusted and chunky, and it's probably not even going to work again. It might. But if it's got like big flakes of rust coming off the cylinder walls, it's probably junk iron. So who knows? Well, we're going to test it out anyways. Then on the Dixie chopper I just purchased not too long ago, I've got a new reservoir to replace this one that's all cracked. I better put the cap back on it. It's already got water in it, but I don't want any more in it. I've got a new set of mulcher blades, because I think that will help out here. I've got this weed that grows in clumps, and it's real waxy, and regular blades just kind of push them over and they come back up again. So hopefully these mulcher blades will actually knock them down. And I ordered 2 new filters for the hydro gears and the fluid. So instead of me dropping this off and replacing it right now and then just everything's still dirty, I'm just going to replace that and all the fluid and filters at one time. I'll throw the blades on it, and I really need to buy or build a chute for it because it just throws stuff everywhere. But, and then get a seat or seat cover. I may just see if I can get online on eBay and find a seat cover for it, because it's really not bad. It's got some cracks in it and stuff, but all in all, it's decent. And then it should make a pretty good little mower, because it runs great. It mows decent. It'll mow better when I put the blades on. And I haven't had problems with the hydros, but I don't want to take a chance. This thing's been sitting, and I know it's got water contamination in the oil, so we'll just go ahead and get all that out and be done with it. I'm going to go ahead and service the engine, and then everything will be good to go. And I've got to weld up this crack, because it's higher than the exhaust, and it actually rained enough to where it filled up and the engine was stuck. It wasn't stuck hard. I was able to lube it up real good and get it freed up, but we got to get that fixed so it don't rain in it again. But yeah, I have stuff just laying on the ground. I got this excavator bucket I need to rebuild, like I did that last one on one of my previous videos. But sometimes that's just what I got to do. I've got so much stuff in the shop being worked on. I got another ZTR on the lift, getting an engine for it replaced, and I just have to work on things on the ground sometimes. But I'm to the point on this now where I think I can go ahead and get it up on a stand, because using a breaker bar on the crank, it's not gonna come loose, not without some major work. So hope you enjoyed the video. It's time to clean out the wife's car so we can go on our little trip, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.